Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all doing really well. So as you know, from time to time, I like to upload these call to action videos as a way for us to come together as twin flames and light workers and to shine our light and find resolve for different issues worldwide. And this is by far the most difficult call to action video I've had to upload, and I'm really troubled by the fact that I am reporting on these things happening in my own country. That's especially disturbing to me. So I've really struggled with this recording. I can't tell you how many recordings I've done. Just trying to honor the situation, and I'm sure many of you understand what's going on, but to really just, speak about it, speak freely about it, but yet at the same time, I don't want to set the wrong tone for this video because it is about coming together in prayer. But I also need to honor my feelings and honor what I feel is going on by and large. So I don't ever really believe in editing yourself or censoring yourself. I mean, yeah, of course there does come a time, but as far as exercising your free speech, I feel that we should always do that. We should never really hold back, and I was never really one to shy away from politics. So I'm just going to speak my mind. Keep in mind, I am still editing myself, believe it or not. But I'm just going to say what I feel that I need to say, and hopefully it will open up a broader discussion on this. And I don't mean to offend anybody. I don't think anything that I'm saying is offensive. I'm stating facts. So, feel free to start a bigger discussion down below, as long as everybody is coming from a place of love and concern, and nobody is launching attacks, which I've never had to police on this channel, so you guys are all awesome who listen to this channel, so I'm not really concerned about that. But where we stand right now with this immigration issue, with the issue of the missing children, is they are still divided up. These families are still divided up. The children seem to have been spread out in different parts of the country. There doesn't really seem to be any clear end in sight to this. I believe as of today, HHS has said that they are making efforts to take care of it, but our administration made it very clear when they signed the executive order that they were not going to step in, that it was not in their jurisdiction to reunite the families. And it has been made very clear by many different outlets that there is no clear way to do it because there is no database. There was no database set up for this type of thing. Their alien tracking numbers between the parents and the children pretty much didn't follow them as they were shuffled around to each different agency. And there are many mothers who are seeing just that they have no alien tracking number to find their kid, or they don't even know what their own alien number is. So it does seem to be a huge mess, and I don't really trust what this administration is telling us at this point because they have been lying from the beginning. So I really just want everyone to come together in prayer about this and to somehow help these children find their way back to their parents, to a safe home, wherever that is. This is really first and foremost what we were called here to do as twin flames and light workers, is to help situations like this of injustice, of this horrible human rights issue. That's really what it is. It's not an immigration issue. So I urge everyone to send their prayers and their healing. I'm sure you guys are already doing this anyway, but I would really like for everyone to come together on June 30th at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to send prayers, healing, resolve to the situation, not just in the situation on the U.S. border, but really worldwide. There's a refugee crisis worldwide, of course, and it's kind of reaching epic proportions. And of course, feel free to, pray, obviously, before this date, and I urge you to. But if we can get as many people as possible to do this at the same time, 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, June 30th. That would be amazing. So please mark your calendars. And I'm picking this day because it is a national day of protest. So I believe that as of right now, there's 130 different rallies set up across the country. I'm going to try and go to the one in New York City. I'm working hard to make my schedule open for that. So there is one in New York City. They are all across the country. I'm going to leave the link below if you want to look in your area to see if you can get involved. And I'm also going to link a something to Facebook. This couple on Facebook has started. They were gracious enough to start a fundraising campaign to try and raise funds to get each family their own attorney, so that they can. It's enormously expensive to this type of endeavor. So far they've raised over $20 million in just 10 days. So that's pretty amazing. So that's another way that you can help. And also, if you can, just find other ways that you can help out within your neighborhood. I know that at least as of a few days ago, the Washington Post was crowdsourcing a story on where exactly these immigration and detention centers are throughout the country, because not all of them have been released. In fact, the vast majority of them have not been released. And the last thing that I saw reported was that the administration was not going to release where these detention centers are, almost as if they're being held captive. It's very strange. So the Washington Post is literally crowdsourcing this. So if you guys happen to know of a detention center nearby you, you can contact them. And I know some detention centers are not even allowing their own allowing any government officials inside, which is also quite strange. I think this happened down in Florida. They were not allowing the mayor inside. So we just kind of all need to pay attention to this. And why is this being kept secret? Where are these children? Why were they taken to begin with? It's really troubling to me, guys. The images that have come out, the footage that has come out so far has been all government issued. There's a reason why we have a free press. The other detention centers that some journalists and government officials have visited, what they've reported back is really horrible, deplorable conditions. Toddlers alone in cages, sitting on a concrete floor, no mat, with a Mylar blanket, a tinfoil blanket, crying. They obviously don't speak the language. They have no idea what's going on. I have 2- and 3-year-old nieces and nephews. I can't imagine. I'm trying to picture that. I'm trying to picture them, my nieces and nephews, locked in a cage on a concrete floor, no less, screaming for their mother and father. I can't even picture this scene. So to know that this is happening in my own country is unbelievably disturbing to me. This is not what we stand for as a nation. People who are listening to this worldwide should know that this is not the heart of America. This is not what the vast majority of Americans stand for or tolerate. What happened to "Give me your tired, your poor, your humbled masses yearning to breathe free"? This is the heart of America, guys. We should all be really upset by this and really disturbed by this. And it's clear to me why those images have not been released, why they will not allow them to take pictures. That's concerning. Like I said, we have a free press for a reason. I think I saw one other detention center that they allowed press in, and it's not, I don't think it was a detention center, it was an immigration housing center that was set up years ago before this administration, and then they did bring some of those kids and relocated them there. And the center is beautiful. It is really nice. It's big, and they have games to play and all this stuff. And it's just interesting to me that is where they allowed the footage. The other photos that have come forward, that is what, it's all government issued. The things that have been leaked, the audio, I don't know if some of you guys heard that audio, is disturbing. I mean, this is what they don't want us to know. They shouldn't be hiding anything. If there is nothing to hide, they shouldn't be hiding anything. Try and picture if this was your own child. Try and just imagine the fact that this is going on in your own country. Everyone should be really upset, regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum. These are all our children. These are all our brothers and sisters that are trying to escape severe oppression. We're all one. There are no borders. There is no difference between us. We're heading towards unity consciousness. So now more than ever, we should be upset, because these literally are our children. And we can't even imagine the types of conditions that these people are fleeing from. They're literally fleeing for their lives. They're not making the dangerous trek here to the United States because they enjoy the weather. I mean, it's a life or death decision. And I'm second generation from an immigrant father who fled Colombia, and during a time when it was one of the most dangerous places in the world to be. There's no other choice. There's absolutely no other choice for these people, and we have to show our compassion for them. I mean, everybody wants strong borders. There's no question about that. Nobody wants drug smugglers in here and traffickers in here. Obviously, that's not the vast majority of the people that are trying to come in. They are trying to seek asylum, and what I last heard, we're not even allowing asylum seekers anymore. And from this point moving forward, we're going to cut that number in half as far as the amount of asylum applicants that we're going to be allowing. Many people are going to die as a result of drug cartels. The number of women that are being raped and murdered in Central America and in Mexico alone, I believe it's especially... The numbers are especially high in, I want to say it's Guatemala, but don't quote me on that. Now I can't remember specifically where, but the numbers are staggeringly high. Women being murdered. And these are our sisters. I know it's mostly women who are listening to this. We have to really just stand together. We have to help these women, even if it is just on an energetic level. And I can't help but feel that this is an attack on the divine feminine in some way. It's no surprise to me that something like this happened at a time when the divine feminine really was coming into her power. I could feel it in just the last few months, especially going back to that. I want to say the last 6 months, the divine feminine has really stepped into her power more than ever before. And as we all know, as Twin Flames and Lightworkers, we were here to clear for the collective, and we were making major strides. And I'm not surprised to just see this at a time where we're making these strides, and there is this huge, enormous pushback to the divine feminine, because there is no greater assault on a woman than taking her baby out of her arms while she's nursing, no less, locking her baby into a cage, being deported, to possibly never see your child again, having no word, having no, not even a tracking number to track them down, even if they did have the financial means to do so. There is no greater bond between a mother and child. It is a sacred bond. And I feel that was violated in the most disgusting, egregious, callous way. And I feel for these women. I'm not even a mother. I'm the proud aunt of 10 nieces and nephews, and I just can't. I could not even begin to understand what they must be going through, what these children must be going through. We have to come together and pray for these mothers and these children and the fathers, of course. I really do feel like, and I've said this before, I mean, there are factions that are in play that don't want us to evolve and to ascend. And it just feels like some sort of energetic effort to subjugate the divine feminine again, because of course the children are suffering, but like I said, the numbers are especially high as far as the murder rates and the number of rapes that are happening in Central America. And we have to really pay attention to that, and really pay attention to what this administration is doing, and to hold them accountable, because they have been lying from start to finish, really since this administration has started, and especially surrounding this issue. And there are different ways to get involved. The protests, like I mentioned, getting involved on a ground level if there is some way. I can't even remember if I brought up the Facebook post yet. I don't think I have. Forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but there is a Facebook couple that has raised funds over $20 million. I think I did mention that already. Sorry, I've recorded this honestly so many times that I can't remember what I said and what I haven't said. And so much for holding back. I tried, guys. I can't, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to edit myself. This whole situation concerns me because I just see the clear path that the president has taken, going against our allies in Canada, palling around with dictators. He won't unequivocally denounce the KKK, the whole Charlottesville thing, calling them good people. Are you serious? They were waving Nazi flags. This is extremely troubling to me, and I feel like in some way I'm trying to see the good in this, and what I've been shown from my guides and what I want to share with you, because I do feel that as egregious as everything that's going on, I do feel in a lot of ways everything is always working in divine order. Not that this is divine what's going on in any way, shape, or form, but because we are in this tremendous tower energy, and we have been for some time, things like this almost sort of need to happen to bring these sort of issues to the forefront. All of the racists that are in this country, that there are more than I suspected, are, now they sort of have this platform to raise their racist flag. And we've never, at least in my lifetime, I've never seen it so rampant in the United States. And in some ways, this is good that this happened, because now it's all being exposed. Now everything is on the table. These issues of racism, having a humane immigration policy, the refugee crisis, even the issue of sex trafficking, which is unbelievably high. The number, you would think, of course, it's a worldwide issue, but the number of children who are being sex trafficked in this country alone is staggering. You would be surprised. So we're talking about all of these issues right now, and this is good, because this is how this is how change is made. By having it exposed, by having this tower fall, this house of cards fall, and building a stronger structure, because it really was not that strong to begin with. So hopefully we're building a stronger foundation moving forward, which I feel we are, which I feel is why all of these things are now front and center. So that is my message of hope here, my silver lining surrounding all of this, is that we can all come together, and we can, see less of a divide between us and them. There is no divide. I want to share a story with you guys. My mom was out shopping the other day, and she saw this woman, later on found out that she's an illegal immigrant, and she did a small act of kindness for her. Nothing major, just something small, and helped this woman. And this woman was so shocked and so moved by what had happened that she started crying and tearing up, and asked my mother if she could hug her, and explained to my mother, I've just been so afraid with everything that is going on right now. I'm afraid for my family. I've never had a stranger do such a nice thing for me before. And really what she was saying was, I'm completely shocked that a white American, because my mother is American, my father is from Colombia, like I said. I'm so shocked that an American even cares, would do something like this, would show their compassion. And my mother assured her the vast majority of people in the United States do not feel this way. We do care about your plight. And, told her just, you walk with your head held high, be proud of who you are, because she said she's walking around with her head down all the time. She's afraid. And that really seems to be sort of the tone that I feel this administration has set. Is you can even see it here where I am in New York, because, this is such a melting pot. It's so diverse. The cultures here, there's people here from all over the world, and that's what makes this such a great place, is that it is sort of a utopia in that way. There's people from every country you could imagine, and everyone just gets along. Nobody even sees color. I'm sure there is racism here too, don't get me wrong, but by and large, it is a huge melting pot, and it's awesome, and this is how life should be. And my mother was just expressing that by and large, this is really how we feel. And I think that Trump has just really set that, the rhetoric worldwide that we don't care about our immigrants. And it's palpable here. You can feel the energy in the air. People are afraid. And I think that is one way that we could also give back and help is, it doesn't necessarily just have to be showing an act of kindness to an illegal immigrant, but really just anybody you encounter on the street. Spread your love and your light the best way that you know how. There is this feeling of just divide and fear that is going on, and you'd be surprised at how just a small act of kindness, like my mother did, it really shaped this woman's day, and hopefully is helping her get through this tough time somehow. So I urge everyone to help remember really what our true purpose is. This is way more than just a romantic connection, what we're experiencing with our twin flames. And I know that true twin flames out there really understand that, and we really have tremendous power to shape this world, even if it is just from home, sending love and healing for 5 minutes on an energetic level. You'd be surprised the ability that you have to shape the situation, and that is exactly why we were incarnated here, to do that very thing. And if we didn't have the ability to do that, then we would not all be here right now. We would not be awakening right now and awakening to our true potential and our true spiritual gifts. So please remember that. Please remember how powerful you are. We have the ability to really shape this world, and we're needed now more than ever. And I just want to leave you guys as well with a message that I was given on the solstice. And I was given a lot of messages and downloads and visions on that day that I'm sure that I will share at some point. But one thing I really want to leave with you is a vision from Mother Mary. And she expressed to me that she is very strongly guiding them right now, is looking over them, protecting them, showing her love, her compassion, her enormous divine love. And I really felt that energy come through loud and clear, and it was absolutely beautiful, and it comforted me. And I just want to share that with you, if that somehow brings you comfort in some way, to know that she is protecting them. And I know that they absolutely love and adore her, and they pray to her a lot down in Central America. They pray to Mother Mary, so that's no surprise that she really is their advocate right now. I think that's all I wanted to say here, guys. And again, I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I know that this is really kind of a hot button issue, but I don't think that exposing this type of atrocity, that we have children in cages right now, should be a hot button issue. How is this possibly, how could this cause divide? We have children in cages, end of story, in the United States in 2018. This is not about politics. This is about human rights. And I just hope that everyone really pays attention to this and watches this administration closely. And again, I urge everyone to help out June 30th, 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love all you guys. I'm sending you all of my love and my blessings as well. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, everyone.